What's up, YouTube? This is Jay Baker, and today I have a Q&A video for you guys. This is for my 1-year anniversary of having my channel. I hit the 1-year mark a couple of days ago, and I just forgot to upload something, and I just figured I'd do a Q&A. And also, I've had a bunch of my friends, not necessarily people with channels, just my friends, ask me some questions, and I'm also going to be answering the first 6 questions of the Yugitube tag, and I'm not going to answer the 7th one because it's tagged YouTubers, which why would I do that? Because there's no reason to tag anyone. But yeah, and also, like, if you guys didn't notice, I'm wearing this Homer Simpson shirt. Just thought I'd wear it for a funny occasion like this. I wouldn't really say funny, I'd say cool, but it's Homer Simpson. He's everyone's idol. People watch them in their childhood or something. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get into it. Alright, first question. What is your real first name? My real first name is Jeremy. Pretty plain and simple. My name is spelled J-E-R-E-M-Y for those of you who don't know. There's a bunch of different ways to spell it, but yeah, that's my real first name. Alright, second question. How did I get into Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, unlike a lot of people, I didn't see the anime. I didn't even know it was a thing for a while. I just saw my brother was playing it. Yeah, I have an older brother. I'll get to that here in a bit. Well, see, my brother was playing it so much, and I asked him if I could learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So what happened was he gave me a bunch of cards, and I just made a deck from them, and we just kind of played, and I didn't do too good because I was only like 5 or 6, and at least I was trying. Then when I turned about 6 or 7, I'm trying to remember all these ages, it's been a long time ago, whenever the Dinosaurs Rage structure deck came out, I got that for my birthday along with some sleeves, and then I still had a bunch of scrap cards from the deck my brother was using to teach me and how to play Yu-Gi-Oh with, and I just saw some of them like Reckless Greed, Dark Hole, Pot of Greed. We weren't exactly going by a ban list because it was just the 2 of us, and I splashed in a Pot of Greed, Change of Heart, Reckless Greed, Dark Hole, all those fancy cards into my deck, and it was just, we had a fun time with it. It was awesome. Alright, third question. How did I start Yugitubing? Well, I saw a bunch of other Yugitubers. The first one I ever saw was Cyberknight8610. That guy is amazing. I love his channel. I love his work. He's super original. He's creative. And I don't get why, but he's my favorite Yugituber of all time. And if I had to give up Yu-Gi-Oh just to watch his channel, so be it, I would. I love his work. He's a great guy. He's funny. He's does all that stuff. But anyway, he inspired me to actually make a YouTube channel about Yu-Gi-Oh! The first video I ever did was a Sonic Adventure 2 Battle Chow Garden thing, but that didn't necessarily count for Yugitube video. Sorry about that, I sneezed. And, wait. Okay. It's kind of inappropriate, I know, to, sorry about that. I have a cold. It's kind of inappropriate, I know, to sneeze during a video, but whatever. Fuck that. And it's just, like, yeah, that's how I got into YouTubing. Yeah, I thought it was a really cool idea, so, you know what, I tried it. Alright, fourth question. What is the best time I've had at a Yu-Gi-Oh event? Well, I talked about this several times, but I'll say it again. The first tournament I was at since I moved out of my dad's. See, I went to a tournament here in Lebanon, Missouri. I walked in there with my Photon deck. It had like almost every Photon at the time in it, or at least a pretty good amount of them, plus a couple of other tech cards I threw in there. And I was just thinking, oh my god, I don't know how well I'm going to do. But I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to aim for around 4th place, because it was a 9-person tournament. And I thought, you know what, let's aim for 4th place. And I went there, and I had a good time. I met a bunch of people who would soon become my friends, like the Dwazi. I dueled against this kid named Ethan. I'm not really friends with him, I just know him. And then I dueled against the card shop's owner's son. His name is Jacob. I dueled against him, and I just had a really good time. I ended up winning the event overall. Even though the prize was only $12 in store credit, I thought that was a really cool prize, and I just thought it was a great time. I didn't expect to actually win anything. I was just going in there for fun. And yeah, that's the best time I've ever had at a Yu-Gi-Oh event. 5th question. What is your most favorite deck ever? If I had to say, I like a lot of different decks, like Battle and Boxers, Fire Fist, Cyber Dragons, all that. But out of all the decks I've shown you guys on my channel, if I had to choose any of them, it would have to be Photon Galaxies. Straight down. I mean, they're my main deck, but Elemental Heroes, they've kind of gone out of place for me. Photon Galaxies, they're my main deck. They're my favorite deck. If I only had to play with one deck for the rest of my life, that's the one I'd go with. Even though it's not complete yet, I'm still working on it. But yeah, that's the deck I'd go with if I had to choose any deck for the rest of my life. Alright. Oh, and it's also my favorite deck. Next question. Trying to remember the tag questions. Oh yeah. Why do you play Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, I've always been a fan of strategy. I've always been a quick learner because I have a mental condition called Asperger's. If you guys don't know what that is, you should look it up. Anyway, I've had a condition called Asperger's, and it gives me a bunch of different symptoms. One of them is learning quickly and being interested in strategy. And I felt like Yu-Gi-Oh is a good way to get into some strategy games. Like, I like strategy games. I thought it was a good way to help with that, to kind of cope with it. And it's actually been a lot of fun, other than just trying to find a way to satisfy my needs. It's a really great game, and I wouldn't, if I had to play any card game in the world, it's Yu-Gi-Oh. Downright to it. I did get out of it for a while, but my brother got me back into it when we found my old dinosaur deck, and it was really cool. So yeah, I thank my brother for getting me back into it. John, if you're watching this, thanks. But yeah, that's why I play Yu-Gi-Oh. Now for other questions. These are Yu-Gi-Oh related and non-Yu-Gi-Oh related. I'm going to start with the Yu-Gi-Oh related ones first. Alright, I've had some people ask me, how many decks do I own? Currently I own about 12 to 14. Some of them I'm selling a Chaos Dragon one, but yeah, that's how many decks I own. Another one is how many trade binders do I have? Sadly though, I only got this trade binder. It's the only one I have, and yeah. I don't know if this counts as a Yu-Gi-Oh related question, but I'm going to do it anyway. Do you play or collect any card games other than Yu-Gi-Oh? And which, in case, yes, I do. See, my buddy Jimmy, I've spoke about him a few times. See, he played a card game called Digimon, and I happen to have some of his cards. I have this War Greymon that he gave me. He gave it to me for free because he wanted me to learn how to play it, because he knows I like strategy games. So I thought, yeah, that was cool, and I collect that card game other than Yu-Gi-Oh. Alright. Another one was, have I ever thought about building a gimmick puppet deck? One of my friends asked me about this, and here's what I told them. It's not necessarily I'm working on it for me, but a buddy of mine, Jimmy, we're working on a gimmick puppet deck together. It was something we set out for because he wanted to build artifacts and that wasn't really working for him. I mean, yeah, he did get some of the stuff, but when he found out that it wasn't very budget, we decided to move to gimmick puppets, which was a whole lot cheaper. And it was just a pretty good option. And another one was, what decks are you currently working on right now? Well, I'm working on Destiny Heroes. I'm working on Chronomalies. Let's see, what else am I working on? I'm working on Butter Spies, possibly Heroics. I don't know. I traded off some cards to Chronomaniac 257 a while back. Some of my heroic cards, but yeah, I'm also working on Light Sworns as of this moment. I have a deck made. It's just not complete, but yeah, I'm working on it. And is that it, or is there any other decks I'm working on? And I'm also working on like some of the old starter decks because I don't necessarily have the money to buy them. And I'm working on the original 5D starter deck with Junk Warrior. That was a pretty good starter deck. I'd recommend it to someone who wants to learn about synchros. But yeah, I'm working on that one. And just for shits and giggles, I'm trying to make a Joey deck. Just that. Alright. Now for non-Yu-Gi-Oh related questions. One of them asked, how old am I? I've said this in multiple videos. I'm 14. And some of you are wondering, if you're 14, why do you swear? Like, you might notice me say, like, drop an F-bomb or say, like, ass or something. Well, it's because, well, I'm allowed to. Just that simple. Don't go repeating those words, kids. Yeah. Another one was, how tall are you? Well, I'm actually very tall. I'm about 6 foot. That is actually very surprising to most people, but I am 6 feet tall. exact. And another question was, how many pets do I have, or animals, in my house? Well, since they said in my house, I kind of have to go by in my house. I have 2 dogs and a cat. My dog, you might have heard me reference my dog Todd, my dog Daisy, and I have a cat named Hank. His name wasn't Hank, my idea. I wasn't even here for that. But yeah. But outside, I live, I wouldn't exactly say a farmland, I'd say more of a country land. Yeah, kind of weird, a country boy who plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, there's a bunch of chickens, hens, ducks. We have a bunch of cats running around. Every time a cat has babies, another one gets pregnant. It's awful. Oh, we might have a cow or a bull running around every here and there. And we have a couple of cows on the property. But, yeah. Alright, another one was, do you have any brothers or siblings, and if so, how many? This is going to be kind of surprising. I got 7 siblings. Yes, 7 siblings. Not one of them is full blood to me. Not a single one. Let's see, I have 2 older siblings. I have my stepsister Abby, who is 22. And, well, she's technically not my stepsister, but I was raised to believe she is, and so I just kind of went with that. But I still see her as my sister, nonetheless. Let's see, I have my older brother, John. He's about 17 and a half. He's going to be 18 in September. He's out of school currently. And he's the guy who helped me get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Again and get to where I am today. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be making these videos for you guys. So, John, if you're watching this, thanks for watching. Let's see, then we got me. I don't count as a sibling, but there's me. And then on my mom's side, see, when I moved out of my dad's, he's not actually my father, but he is my dad. Like, my mom and my stepdad aren't exactly married, so I don't even know what that would make him, but I was raised to see him as my dad, and I will always see him as my dad. But yeah. But then on my father's side, my bio father's side, I have a stepsister. Her name is Natalie. I have a younger brother. I have 2 younger brothers. The older one is 10. His name is Matthew. The younger one is Jordan, and he is about 4. Then I have my half sister Tasha. She is about 7, 8. Tasha, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name off the top of my head. But yeah. And then I believe that's all the questions. I'm trying to think if there's any others that I've been asked. I'm remembering these off the top of my head, so forgive me if I can't think of them off the top of my head. Oh yes, I just remembered a couple. One of them was, are you interested in video games? Yes, I am. I am interested in video games quite a bit. If you guys haven't figured out, I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I love Super Smash Bros. I wouldn't exactly say I love, but I like to play Mario games. Mario is one of those characters I thought, yeah, he's pretty cool. I still found it funny how he can run faster than Sonic in their first games. That was funny. But, yeah. Well, I love Sonic the Hedgehog. Simple. If I had to pick any game series to play, I'd say Sonic the Hedgehog, hands down. It's a great game. It gives you an adrenaline rush. It just makes you just want to just let go of some of your energy. And it just makes for a really fun experience. I just love Sonic games. Even, not exactly Sonic 06. That wasn't really too good of a game. Sonic Unleashed. Yes, the Sonic levels, they were fucking awesome. But the Werehog levels, yeah, those were cool. It gave you new gameplay, but I didn't exactly like those as much. And even Sonic in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. He's my favorite character to play as. Well, next to Pikachu anyway. Pikachu is awesome. Because he might not be the strongest. In fact, I think he's the weakest character in the entire game. But he's the fastest character in the game. And in my head, I kind of prefer speed over power. So, yeah, that's the reason why I chose him. And yeah. That's why I chose him. And the last question, I think this is the last question. I'm trying to remember all these, I'm sorry. The last one is, what channels do I like to watch? Oh yeah, I remembered another question, but we'll get to that in a sec. What channels do I like to watch? Well, I like to watch Cyber98610, Simply Unlucky, Galactic God, the Action Comic. I like Shiuin 200, and and I also like I like to watch some of my friends' channels from every now and again. By friends, I mean like Annoying PR 1995 from. I like his channel. He has some good stuff. Chronomaniac 257. Him, the Unlucky Gamma TCG. He's a cool guy. And for non-Yu-Gi-Oh related channels, I like Vanos Gaming. He's really funny. I think he's original. I like I Am Wildcat, Louis Caliber, Moose Snuckle. I like IR Panda. Basically, I Do Work. H2O Delirious. Just pretty much all the people in their crew. I sometimes watch Dahi De Nogla, but I don't exactly know if I say that's one of the channels I like. I mean, I watch him, but I don't necessarily like him. It's kind of the same with Big Jiggly Panda. He's not exactly a person I watch too much, but I still kind of like his videos. And then the last question. Damn it, I keep forgetting all the questions. There are 2 questions left. Next one is, what is my favorite color? It would have to either be red or blue. One of those 2, I can't choose right now. But, yeah. And the final question is, what is your favorite food? Well, simple. It'd either be pizza or chili dog. Yeah, I know. I just said all this stuff about Sonic the Hedgehog, then come to find out my favorite food is chili dog. But one of those 2. So, yeah, that's a whole Q&A. I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. And what do you guys think I should do for my 100th video? And if you have any other questions, ask them in the comments below. And yeah, I will catch you all later. See ya.